Hi, Dad. Dad, how do you put these on? I got safety pins off Jasmine, I can't.
Oh, give me a look at those.
The medals.
Medals there.
Yeah.
There's one missing out of them, so don't worry.
Okay, so which side do they go on?
They go on there.
Okay, so that goes on that side. We've got to get going.
Yeah, we've got to get going.
We've got to get...
The cab's coming.
Okay, so you...
When you enlisted and you went and fought, how did that affect your personal life and your family?
War was part of one's life. It happened over a period of time, maybe 6 months, 5 months, 4 months, whatever it was. It was part of your life, and that was it.
What do you think in the war? What is the role of a war artist?
He has to carry on and cover all seen in that certain battle. And until he gets that scene in his mind, so once he gets that scene and he's sure, and his mind and his mental attitude towards that subject, well then he's ready to go. So then he's in the position to be told, right, this is the spot, now I'm ready to go, are you? Whatever it be.
Is that the role of the war artist?
As a war artist, he's got to know what he's doing. He's got to know if is he ready to do his scribble or sketch, whatever you may call it. And if you're not ready...
If you're not ready, you might get killed though.
Naturally, you're always ready. I had to be always ready, I can tell you that.
Was it within the war or was it afterwards when you became friends with Indonesian President Sukarno?
Sukarno? No, it was after the war. Just after the war. I became friendly with Sukarno. I ran into Sukarno, as we called it, and I found him a wonderful person. Sukarno to me was what he appeared to me as a great general. I could sense it, you sort of sense things in life of a person you're sketching or whatever that person may be, whoever he is. You sort of sum him up like as a tick, like that.
What was it like growing up with Tony Rafty as a dad?
Oh, well, it was a lot different than most fathers because he was there but he wasn't there. He was always usually in the back room drawing or, out the door, going overseas, and he always, I don't know, we didn't have, Mum was always the basis of our life. Dad's first love was his art, and that was his passion, and like sort of, we were a bit in the background, but we never missed out because Mum was always there for us, and we all lived in the hope that, like his art would someday, make life easier, but it was an interesting life. I wouldn't change it, and he's had a life like no other.
So how do you think the war affected the way your dad approached life?
Growing up, he didn't really talk a lot about the war like most men don't, but I think being from a family with 5 children and 5 sisters and 1 brother and losing his brother in the war, I think it was probably a hard thing, and it's like only probably in the last 10 years that he's more opened up about it. And I think his drawings told his story, and Anzac Day has always been like, he's always like, there's Christmas and then the next thing was always Anzac Day, and it's always been like he's been the president of the war correspondence for so many years. It's a big part of his life. So we, sadness or whatever, it was something that, like he held very dear, his war years, and he made a difference. And and he was there to, like, they didn't have cameras all the time. He was there to report what was happening in his drawings. So he made a big difference in his friends. It's just sad now that most of his friends are gone.
Can you tell me, how did you meet the Beatles?
The Beatles were, I met them at King's Cross in Sydney, you know, because it was in the hotel there. I'd been in the hotel. So I thought, the Beatles are here, how can I get him? Because they were so famous even then, while I was in the hotel. So I asked them questions. We would listen to the questions, we were thrown at them because naturally they were asked a lot of questions. And eventually they felt part and parcel of talking to me.
When you draw a caricature of someone, say if you wanted to draw me,
Yes.
what would you pick out to, you know, to focus on?
First of all, you'd have to study quickly who you are, and you were going to sketch that person. But sometimes you've got to be thinking, what's the light? Is she on the right side or the left side? Because some angles, you stand that side or that side, they become two different persons. So really you've got to be very quick and know your subject in a flash. So then you're ready to go and you go ahead with that drawing.
God bless. Right, be good. Well done. Good job.